Hello everyone, just give me a moment to make sure everything's set on up. You know, uploaded. Okay, YouTube is good. Twitter is going. Kick is going. Twitch appears to be going. And looks like Rumble is going good. All good. Just gonna make a moment to make sure I check my other computer. And and get a drink. No, this one near my feet. Looks like Rumble's a little bit slow on my other computer, but looks like everything's been going onto Twitch on my other computer. So let's go and get started. Let's just start from the bottom. I don't have any particular order. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Runner 3 replay. So on the left side as the Yellow Empire, we have Alvin Trey. On the right side as the Blue Soviets, we have Ublik. Let's see, we do have a barracks going on up, not big surprise. Reactor going pretty far north. Usually people deploy a bit more southwards. We got a pair of Dojo cores as well as a power generator, not big surprise, pretty common. Third Dojo core on its way out, and that looks like maybe a fourth one? Nope, it is a refinery core. We have now the combat engineer being pulled out field with a flak trooper. He's doing his time. We do now have the bearers being pushed over to the left. Of course, the Dojo core can crush them. The bearers can't do anything towards a Dojo core. Yeah, I should try painting a little bit better. It's a little bit smoother than trying to do through the minimap, just slide it over. I don't know why. Maybe if I were to reduce DPI of my mouse? Nope. Must be a bunch of tiny little ticks. We do now the bear now advancing on forward. They're trying to stop any Empire engineer from coming on out. We do have a burst drone flying about, and the combat engineer will make all his way over here. Empire engineer being deployed on out. And I see something blue over here. Not sure what though. Oh, it's a bear right there behind the trees. Very sneaky spot. We do not have this bear moving around. We do have something additional being pulled out here. Another engineer. Ah, he may be on for the whatchamacallit. He does spot the engineer there, trying to do a bonsai charge. A mutual trade is good. No, is he eyeing for the observation post? He gets the observation post. I wonder if he just went for that because he think he won't be able to make it over here. But I think he was trying to deploy an engineer, go around the sea, and then into that oil derrick. But that's just a guess. Got a handful of Soviet conscripts here, as well as garrison with something. Molotov advance forward, trying to destroy the oil derrick. And most people don't go for that observation post. This is what the observation sees. The observation post sees quite a bit, and we'll be able to spot this flak trooper right there. Though I don't see the mini map itself. Of course, I got the mini Mega Tengu now flying about. Whoops. So the player has 6 power issue. I think he's gone for a super reactor. In the generator core, we've got the Mecha Bay as well as a Dojo core. He has gone for a defensive defender core. And now I got these conscripts heading up north. We do have this early expansion for the Empire player. Mega Tengu does clean up that flak trooper, and here comes Dojo core eyeing to help secure up the oil derrick. Garrison has been abandoned, does get a bonsai charge off, and does not get a second kill there. Good try though. Soviet combat engineer now fired over the cliffside. Because they're going to have mutual trades here. So completing some good harassment, very nice. and does go ahead and abandon the ore line with the ore collector. Got some tank busts now pushing way up north, trying to displace that sickle. And a bit of damage now coming on out onto the sickle. Conscripts do help finish off the ore collector there. The sickle is quite damaged. Got the Mechatango, will gun down the stuff. He's actually going for the sickle first, so he will see some extra Molotov fire. And does sickle jump into the refinery line to be even more annoying. Granted, the ore collector can finish it off himself. However, there may be a tank Paradrone surprise. It does get killed off there. Does get a nice little cash rebate there. Conscripts are engaging the tank bus inside the garrison. You could try abandoning it to get some Molotovs out. And this Warlord has been captured by the Empire, but this Warlord has been captured by the Soviets, so do have a nice exchange of oil. And they do pop out and do throw some Molotovs. Megatank goes in this region. He's going to get one Molotov thrown, which will get a bit of damage onto that garrisoned unit. Dojo Corps now pops iron to re-secure up the oil derrick. Over here got hammer tanks and terror drones pushing forward. Hammer tanks can outrange the Defender Corps with using the Leech Beam. And does get that Dojo Corps deployed. We do got a Bullfrog here, getting a bit of flak fire onto the Megatangu. Megatangu's eyeing perhaps maybe harassment here, but that's a sentry gun. No dispenser next to him. And the... Ooh, and does stay alive. One shot away from death. One conscript burst. Should be able to finish off as well. And Picker 4 does get the kill there on the Terror Drone. He's hitting the Dojo Corps. He's going to focus on the Dojo Corps. He's trying to stop the Engineer. And does... He's running low on cash. He's going for a crush. Empire Engineer does come on out. He's going for the capture. And he's not going for the crush. Gets the oil derrick recaptured. Got the bears up here. We do now have the Striker VX pushing forward. No Bullfrog in this region. Does get a bit damaged there onto the hammer tanks. And does not take out the Instant Dojo. Barely stays alive. Bear now being gunned down by the Megatangu. The Soviet Bear, of course, has come to expansion here, as mentioned earlier. And now got the oil derrick recaptured as well. Bear's now going on down. Over here now, we've got the Megatangus push way forward. Oil derrick has seen a bit of fire as well. Does get a bit of a cash refund there. Gets 500 credits thanks to the cash bounty, so that does refund the cost of the engineer. But only gets a small profit from in the end. Do now have a Tesla coil going up, but do also have a barracks as well. We actually have Nano mainframe core. This may be Mecha breakthrough. Mecha Bay breakthrough. It is Mecha Bay breakthrough. I don't know why I can't say that. But now we've got tier 3 for the Empire player. So we may see some King Oni. King Oni seems like a good item in this moment in time against these hammer tanks. Wave Force Artillery is also a common item, but it doesn't really have a front line for it. I think King Oni would be better at this moment in time. Looks like we do got another Megatangu. Does go down there. And King Oni has been blown down the field. He's low in power. Redeploying the MCV will give enough power to get the turret up and running. So we may need to get out power generator before it redeploys out. We got 3 hammer tanks there. The King Oni should be able to deal with him easily. Bear does go down. He does not see the King Oni just yet. Wave Force Artillery now pulled out as well. And sells off the main brain core. Wait, that's tier 3. Is this a Yuriko Omega? Seeing how slow it's building, I believe that's a Yuriko Omega or it's a Shinobi. Or Yuriko Omega. Or Yuriko. That's technically not Yuriko. Yeah, Yuriko, but Yuriko. Because it is likely the daughter of Yuri. King Oni now pull on the field. Does clean up the garrison there, not with a Desolator Strike. There is a Terror Drone here. This Terror Drone poses a massive threat. Does get snared immediately. I think that's the Bolt Charge animation getting bugged out. He's going to need to pick off that Terror Drone there. We now got the Wave Force Artillery and Yuriko advancing forward. Though the conscripts inside these garrisons could get some good damage. He needs to focus on Yuriko. And Yuriko's not receiving any hits there. And he will walk by. He will lose some of these tank busters from the garrisons. And the King Oni has been affected there. Does get some damage here. Wave Force Artillery will be picked off there. Does not lead shit down. Yuriko starting to pick up these units, which will allow also the Striker VXs to get damage onto them. Since they then become classified as airborne. Flak fire onto Yuriko. It looks like there's a lot of flak troops inside the garrison. King Oni does finish off that column script. And does get Yuriko there. Now this force is significantly less scary about Yuriko and the Wave Force Artillery. King Oni will go down. Looks like it will be killed off by the Terror Drone. Sickle got some of the Mecha Tengus. Not a lot of flak fire here. He needs a MiG. Picks out some other ground units there. Striker takes the push way forward. He needs a MiG. This Jet Tengu has no ammo or no health. And that is a MiG, so MiG does get deployed on the field. We'll need to focus on that Mecha Tengu. Does get the Mecha Tengu there. MiG in pursuit of the Striker VXs. Of course, we could see a transform there. The Engineer does go down to the Honorable Discharge. Black fire here as well. Up here we do have the Infect from the Terror Drone. And there's still a lot of conscripts inside the center of the map. Did he just get veterancy from killing off point defense drones? I didn't realize point defense drones give off veterancy like that. That one does get fully heroic. I know in Kane's Draft you actually can get veterancy by dealing damage. I'm not sure if that's the same with Relic 3. Forces pushing way up north, trying to get some good damage. We got a single Mecha Tengu here that could transform. The MiG has no health. Does get transformed there. The MiG does not go down just yet. And the MiG almost took out the Jet Tengu due to poor control. Striker VX is now making their way down south. One of them does have veterancy. Got another Yuriko, as well as another Wave Force Artillery and King Oni. And Flak Troopers have now been picked up by this Wooden Blade. You could put the Flak Troopers on the high ground. And now he's moving around. Got big leech beams there. Flak Troopers could be dropped right there. That would be a safe spot so we can get some mag mines up and going. I'm not sure. I forget which one is loaded up. Gotta be very, very careful. And not unloading just yet. We'll take out one of the Warpuckers there. Does fall back. Got a single bullfrog for anti-aircraft escort. And I think he may have sold those units there. I'm not sure. We got a good number of bears. And taking out, breaking them through. There's no ore collector here anymore. This Oriole Derrick has been claimed up by the Soviet player as well. Defender Corps does get spotted there, immediately going to take it out. Got a bit of a response there. Defender Corps does go down. Does pull up mag mines there. Does throw some mag mines there onto the King Oni. And there's the Flak Troopers there. They're getting... Apparently, Wave Force Artillery can't get crushed there, but the King Oni does crush them. Does crush these guys as well. Yuriko may have went down. There goes the King Oni. Does not give himself a head. And now we do have the Hammer Tank going down. Oh, I'll take a look at the, I'm assuming you're posting a link to the map for Caravel relatively soon. And we do now have these hammer takes that push way forward. And now Defender Corps receive a bit of fire. And now the instant dojos start to go down as well. Instant generator receiving a bit of fire there. We've got a number of Tesla troops on the field. No anti-aircraft in the region. Striker VXs are not very good versus infantry, so these Tesla troopers can get some good damage. Yep, I hadn't really had time to track it down, and it's one of those things like, oh, don't have it. Then I forget about actually getting it. Black Trooper getting some fire there onto the Chopper VX. And now we got the Chopper VX now escaping down to the sea. Does go ahead and kill off that power plant there. Do now the MCV, now trying to escape on the sea, does not manage to get the DM Disruptor there to get a stun. Does finish off some of these forces there. Tesla Troopers getting good hits there onto the Mecha Bay. The Mecha Bay starting to go down. These Ore Refiners still have credits. About 20,000 across both of them. Does get a nice EM Disruptor there, locking down both those ones there. Does kill off that Tesla Trooper there. That lingering effect is just a lingering effect, doesn't actually get applied. The Empire base is being gutted, but he does save the MCV. We got some mag mines there. Does take out the Ore Collector. Takes out the Imperial Warrior. And that Ore Collector does get a good number of pressures there. Ooh, look at the Flak Troopers in the honorable discharge. He's almost out of all the Flak Troopers. Actually, now he is out of all the Flak Troopers. Does come a number of Tesla Troopers there. Doesn't finish off the Defender Corps, making up his way north of this northern refinery. I think the Empire player has been knocked out of the game. The Soviet player... where's the Soviet player's MCV? The Soviet player actually may not have an MCV anymore. Oh! I just realized he doesn't have an MCV anymore, does he? Which means he only has access to Flak Troopers from this, structure. Needs to get that Flak Trooper inside the garrison. Needs to focus down this Chopper VX. This Chopper VX is the only thing that's dedicated anti-aircraft, or aircraft. Do now have the Sentry Gun now starting going down. This does go down. Now it's just the MCV out at sea. It's actually two Striker VXs on the field. There's still a Flak Tower here, and those Striker VXs cannot advance. This may actually end in a stalemate. Black Trooper does go down, does kill a Striker VX. There's still one more Striker VX in the air. There's plenty of income, just no production. Oh, that's a good number of Flak Troopers there. It does take out the Engineer. This... the Soviet player has nearly 30,000 credits. The Empire player does actually have 5,000 credits. So technically, he can still be back in the game. Does Empire player needs to actually head up north, go for naval expansions? I think actually now the Empire technically has won. He has enough credits for a refinery core. Takes out the Engineer. He just needs to advance up north, go to this northern expansion, and deploy out Seaweeds. He does not have to go onto land.
A site must be secured.
Does pack on up, going to provide some escort. He's going to make his way up to the naval expansion. Anything on the ground is just going to be doomed. But yeah, the Empire player I think generally has won. Let's go to fast forward because it's going to be a long time for a finish. He doesn't have to worry about protecting the MCV. There's nothing at sea to threaten the Empire player. Let's fast forward for a time frame. I saw a couple of sickles. Not like that matters much. Oops. There's two refineries going up. He does lose the power plant. Wait.
Ready for the collection.
We got mass ore collectors now making their way out. He's also interrupting the refinery. He's going to... I guess it's one way. And the Soviet player realized, yep, he's lost and backs out the game. Oh, thank you everyone. Can't even get my intro out right now. Thank you everyone for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see. Bring up the YouTube, go to live stream. Assume there's a link that's probably just automatically blocked. Doesn't look like I see a link there. So maybe you sent it through email. I'll worry about that a little bit later. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on the right side as red allies, we have Putin Huluo. Spawned as the bottom left side as yellow allies, we have Sweet Dreams. Double allied, let's see. We got a boot camp here. Over here we got a boot camp as well. Got some doggos. I guess it's gonna be a dog eat dog world very soon. Got these dogs about ready to engage each other. Had them sort of dancing around. We also got some peacekeepers. So we only got one dog for red. We got two dogs for yellow. Allied engineer pushing way forward. He has a tool schematic and he will be lost in the process. And now the dog running around trying to find the allied engineer. He is right there. We got minimal force right now deployed up by the allies. By the red player, and this dog may find an opportunity to hit the engineer, may find some javelin troopers. Nice. And I see his tail wagging, he sees another target, gets himself a second kill, and does go down. You have a handful of peacekeepers here for yellow. Looks like it's just 7th moment, and killing off 2 javelin troops is a nice little pick. They're not cheap. Doggy eyeing for the naval expansion. If he plants himself in the middle of the sea, in the middle of the expansion point, his one will have to take time to clean it up. Now I do have an airfield pulled out by red. We got a good number of peacekeepers here, but he's likely eyeing just for defense. We got some javelin troops now over here. He's eyeing for a riptide from the seaport. Eyeing a bit of harassment there, so that can be quickly picked off by the Vindicators. Got a small amount of defensive peacekeepers here. Both sides have enough peacekeepers to keep the peace. And here comes the Vindicator. Good bomb splits there. Riptide fully loaded. Force find the ground right there for some odd reason. And now we do have the MCV pushing way forward. There's now 2 Riptides on the field. One of them's loaded up with some javelin troopers. At least 4, but make that 5. Get some good damage there onto the Vindicator. And loads up some peacekeepers as well. He's about ready to ship some peace onto the front door of red. Though those javelin troopers could be quickly taken out by the Vindicators. So right now 3 Vindicators. Got now Apollo here as well, but does get some good anti-aircraft javelins here. Does unload there. Does take out Riptide. Does take out one of the javelin troops there. One of the Vindicators do go down. Crashes into the airfield. Now there's 4 javelin troops and a handful of peacekeepers pushing way forward. A couple of peacekeepers are quite wounded. Laser locking the MCV and the oil derrick. We do have now the ore refinery going. Has been deployed right there. Got the laser lock even onto the MCV itself for a little bit of damage. Now eyeing for the ore refinery itself. Prospector maybe eyeing for over here. There's another big bomb run there. Does lose the ore refinery there, as well as the oil derrick. The MCV now coming forward for a crush. Does crush the Riptide. Peacekeepers will get some damage onto him. There's a laser lock javelin advancing forward. Does do a nice little split there. And pulls out the shields there and try to clear out the garrison. The laser lock javelin does find a good volley there. Does go ahead and overkill it with bombs. And there's at least one Peacekeeper still inside of the garrison. And the Prospector will now receive some shotgun fire there. Prospector may go down. Does not go down. He could send it back to the airfield to get some repairs and then deploy it out for a command hub. Here are some Apollos there. Looks like yellow kills off one of red's Apollos. We got 3 Apollos pulled up by yellow and now a single Vindicator. He's likely eyeing for a Cryocopter relatively soon if he gets the tech up. That's for another naval yard. Wait, yellow's MCV is right there. That could be heightened clearance. I think that's not going to be another ore refinery. We got a multi-gunner turret being put on the field. There's bombs on the MCV. And looks like the oil derrick's almost down. Let's get some good shotgun bursts there. Does crack the MCV. You can send the MCV to the airfield to get some free repairs. Got a Sea Dog being chased down by a Riptide. Good bomb runs there. Command hub has been deployed right there. And now while they're getting some repairs. We do not have the Riptides pushing way forward. We also have a handful of Javelin troops. Handful of Peacekeepers here, but not enough to hold the line. We'll be stalling out. Do have another large infrastructure there. I think that may have an armored facility somewhere. Nope, it's a naval yard. We now have a crowd shopping point of view, which does may want to put away the shield, get a shotgun blast with that Riptide. He did not realize he got a freeze there. And does get the shatter there now. Multi-gunner turret will get hit by multiple sources there. Does kind of freeze as well. MCV now backing off the low ground. And now we'll be laser locking down this ore refinery once again. So far it's only claimed 2,500 credits. And across both of those ore refineries, I should say. And now this power plant will go down. Do have Riptide being pulled up by red. And the Peacekeeper will be gunned down. We've got a good amount of veterancy coming out by the Javelin troops there. That's still a bit of an anti-aircraft fire coming forward with these Javelin troops. Let's get some good damage on the Apollos. One does go down. These Javelin troops are going to see a bit of fire there, trying to fall back the garrison. Vindicator's coming for a bombing run. They're trying to perhaps get some hits on the Javelin troops there, but one of them does go down. The other one just sort of... It both goes down needlessly. They got all the Javelin troops there. Now got the 2 Riptides versus 3 Riptides. Reinforced Riptide pushing forward. Does fall back to the airfield for repairs. It does flow towards the Javelin troops' swivel fire. And now these Riptides will get repaired on up. Great defense there, barring the Vindicators just being thrown away. Handful of Javelin troops now pushing way forward. Construction yard is seeing a bit of fire there. Javelin troops will get some more damage. 3 Riptides versus just 2. Javelin troops being focused down. Very good. One of the Riptides will go down there. And the MCV may go for Crusher. It does not. You may want to just park it next to the airfield to get some repairs. And now I do have the construction yard being redeployed. We do now have these Riptides pushing forward. We're seeing quite a bit of damage there from these Riptides. We have a Vindicator now on the field. Maybe we'll finish off some of these guys. That may have been a bit overkill there. It does pick off one of Yellow's Apollos as well. Getting some good repairs onto the Riptides. Power shot being pulled on the field, freezing down the power plant. not pull that one back in time. This one is very wounded. Does go ahead and focus it down there. This veteran elite one is engaging the veteran one. A couple of bombs will help quickly finish it off. Of course, the repairs as well. Does get the Vindicator some veterancy. So we got a multi-gunner turret being employed on out. We do got a defense bureau. Is that a Spectrum Tower? Or a Chronosphere? Oh, Proton Collider. Oh. Needs another power jet plant, that's for sure. I was not expecting a Proton Collider. So now we got a super weapon out in the field. A rare thing to see in a 1v1. Another power plant here. Does have, looks like a multi-gunner turret queued on up. Some of those balls do go down. Got a good number of javelin troops here. We got a multi-gunner turret here. You can load up Peacekeeper to get a fully automatic shotgun. More multi-gunner turrets being employed on the field. The Proton Collider is in the high ground, so relatively siegeable. Cryo shot being employed on the field does get avoided. Starting to push right forward. Riptide's receiving a bit of fire. There's a good number of Peacekeepers for defense. We got a Spectrum Tower here. Gain some damage. Don't really know how effective Spectrum Towers are in this case situation, but the vulnerable Vindicator bombs. Multiple multi-gunner turrets deployed on the field. Got some of these guys being frozen. The show will probably be unfrozen. Yellow could go for a quick dog to come out of the garrison. MCV now pack on up. We're going to see some laser lock fire now. As well as a lot of javelin fire from the low ground. Let's clean that stuff up. Yellow's MCV needs to fall back a little bit more. We're going to receive some more fire. Does not appear to have an armor facility there. Naval Yard receiving a bit of fire. Now got the Riptide, engaging the Riptide. Another Prospector coming on out. That Orifine is quite damaged. Need to see a bit of repairs on this ore refinery. We got more Riptides now pushing out onto sea. We got some Javelin troops here as well. And now we do have these Vindicators flying about. We do have these Riptides now pushing way forward with more Riptides here. You got a bit of a bombing run there as well. Proton Collider's halfway counting down. You know how the Apollo's flying about. Bombing run there takes up the Riptide. Now got this sizable force to now push way forward. We got a good number of forces here as well. It looks like there's more Peacekeepers and Javelin troops for red. Nothing here for some big crushes. Cryo getting now being put on field. Some of these guys are being caught. Now it's completely split up. Now got Cryo getting there as well. Yellow pushed a little bit too far forward. Some of the guys getting frozen. Yellow's defense looks like it's worse off than Red's offense. Got a good number of Javelin troops here. We've got a Riptide and multiple Riptides still up and going for Yellow. We got a lot of shields pushing way forward. Shotguns going on in. He does not get the multi-gunner turret loaded on up. Javelin pushing forward. These handful of peacekeepers could get a nice little flank. May need an eye for another multi-gunner turret. There's good number of power plants here. MCV's packed on up. Gotta be careful of the power. That did not put this one to low power just yet. This will. MCV's War's not doing much. Does his defense bureau, getting into high power again, then puts him low power once again. I'm not sure what Yellow's organized and doing for defense, but looks like just doing nothing. Does lose the Proton Collider. He didn't spend time to build out multi-gunner turrets there. Multi-gunner turrets are pretty good. He does take out Yellow's high ground base. He does still have a naval yard back here. It felt like Yellow just wasn't doing much on defense. All is going down to take out the Vindicator. Got a small force here, simply not enough. He knows this one has a massive wave of infantry. And he simply can't rely and wait on cryo again. Now one deploys out a guardian tank to go to assist his forces. His Apollos does spot the force, and one of them gets annihilated. And again, does get a bit of a bombing run there. Infantry now making their way down. And for defensive peacekeepers here. There's simply just not enough for Yellow. Riptides push way forward. He's make sure to focus on those javelin troops there, but the shotguns do pose a big threat to the Riptides. Some of these Riptides starting going down. Multi-gun turret. That's not a multi-gun turret, that's another Proton Collider. Does one pack on up. We're seeing quite a bit of damage there. And does lose the MCV. Naval expansion is getting hit by some Riptides, so this is basically destroyed. And I think Yellow's lost the game. Yep, there goes his naval expansion, sells off everything, and that it does sell himself out of the game. This is Adam Grade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. And let me just pull up Twitch over here again. Sorry about that. Let's go and do a Magmageddon. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another Relic 3 replay. Spawn on top left side as the Blue Empire, we have Oobleek. Spawn on the left side as the Magenta Allies, we have 25 Delta. Spawn on the bottom left side as the Yellow Empire, we have DC Famas. Spawn on the right side as the Green Soviets, we have Work. Spawn on the right side as the Red Allies, we have Grandpa. And spawn on top right side as the Cyan Allies, we have Hazard _ We have some bears not being pulled on the field. Over here, some dojo cores. Up here, we got some doggos. Now over here, I've got more dojo cores. Over here, red seems like running a little bit slow. I don't know why. And over here, magenta is this wild boot camp, and I'm just for a single dog or a couple dogs to go down center. Bears will spot the dojo cores. They could try prevent them from going forward by body blocking from the sea. Oh, that bear does immediately get crushed. We do now have this dojo core forcing the dog out at sea. Over here, do got the Empire Engineer there. Dojo core advancing forward, may get some crushes there. Does get a mag mine, does not interrupt, and will get some flak fire there. May be a good time. Yep, does throw a mag mine and finish off the dojo core. Very nice. Up here, you got the wall segments being cleaned up by a laser lock javelin. Not sure how there was wall segments there. Ryan's gathering up some resources. Do have this dog up here. And does get a mutual kill right there. Do now the Doja Core evades forward, trying to get some good damage. Does get a pair of crushes there, and audible discharge just gets some good damage. Bonsai charge finish off 2 javelin troops. And within fully heroic, does back on off and stays alive. Do now have a Mecha Tengu flying about, receiving a bit of flak fire. Does get transformed there, go for a nice little harassment. Sickles now here to clear out the ore collection line. He has got 1 flak trooper with the honorable discharge. Bonsai charge there, does take out a couple, or get mutual trade there. May see mutual trade here, but I wonder if its heroic stats actually prevents mutual trade. Does now get a bit of fire there, does get the Bonsai charge in return. Mecha Tengu gets a bit of damage down the bear and does receive a bit of fire from this sickle now. Trying to go for a mag mine there, does get gunned down. And does hit the flak trooper as well, and will fall back. We still got the Mecha Tengu Wild Sea, gets a bit of damage. Imperial Warrior slowly taking out that Oil Derrick. There goes the purple Vindicator or magenta Vindicator. Science now trying to hit Blue's Oil Derrick now with a whole bunch of shotgun fire. Thank you for the YouTube subscription, I believe that was. Yes, it was. Probably related to Age of Empires 4. We do now have corpses falling out of the sky. Oil Derrick still seeing some fire. We do now have the Mecha Tengu's or Jet Tengu's see a bit of fire there, trying to go for the Vindicator. Gets a bit of damage with the honorable discharge. And the Oil Derrick does go down, and this Striker VX trying to get some kills there onto these Imperial Warriors. We do got now the Soviet MCV now trying to advance on the land. And we'll see a bit of fire there from the Tsunami tanks. Over here, we do now have the Jet Tank is starting to go down. Got the Striker VX receive a bit of fire there, does escape, and does get shot down. And all the Jet Tank is to go down as well. Apollo received a bit too much fire there, does decide to run away. MCV receiving a lot of fire from the Tsunami tanks. We got one of them infected, and Tsunami tank should be able to take out the MCV. And the kill is the Ore Collector. So now we have a fully heroic Ore Collector. How devastating. Does not interrupt the deployment of that power generator, just gets it severely wounded. Got a bit of flak fire there onto the Apollos. Empire MCV's facing forward. Good stutter step there. And the Empire MCV is taking more and more damage now. Down south, we got the Storm tanks advancing onto land. Does now deflect some of them away. Does take out one of the Hammer tanks. 2 more Hammer tanks push way forward. Aerodrome does spawn out. Does focus him down. Does Nano Deflector that one away, but getting caught up on his buddy. And does go and bug out right in front of him. Does get infected there with the Terror Drones. Multiple Terror Drones are pushed forward. Multiple infects there. Does focus down that Terror Drone. Up there, do have the MCV advancing up north, getting a bit of damage onto it from the multi-gunner IFEs. Does get some infects there. More infects. Now do have this MCV receiving a bit of damage there now. MCV has escaped out to sea. Over here, got more infects. And does save the Ore Refiner going down, but now we've got a pair of Striker VXs in the area. Empire MCV receiving quite a bit of damage. Now do have the Tsunami tank receiving a bit of damage as well. Laser Lock Javelins have advanced on forward. His teammate will go and focus on the Prospector. And expansion does go down. Something's backing on off. They get started point defense drones, yes we do. Got some multi-gun turret fire right there. I'm not sure what's destroyed. That looks like the Empire MCV actually got fully destroyed there. His teammate did pull out a naval yard there. The Empire does still have a mecha bay that looks like another MCV coming on up. Striker VX advancing forward, and the jet tingers are receiving a bit of flak fire there. Oil derrick or refinery may go down. The oil derrick has already been destroyed here. You see a bit more fire there. Up north, we do have the allied MCV. You see a bit of fire there. Tsunami tanks can receive a lot of bombing runs there from the Vindicators. Got a bit of a laser lock there as well. Taking on from the Heroic Javelin Troop there. Javelin Troop does go down. Tsunami tanks trying to get some more damage on the MCV. And the MCV is now going to try to escape on the sea, but does go down. Nanoflux away. Of course, there's still the armor facility. He may want to suicide on the armor facility there to ensure his opponent does not deploy another MCV. And without the MCV as well, he doesn't have any clearance area, so cannot deploy out Guardian tanks. So these multi-gunner IVs can easily go down to these Tsunami tanks. Red's now advancing up north. Blue just needs to focus on Cyan's armor facility. Takes it out. Is there any naval yard? Nope. Blue is now dead in the water. He can deploy a prospector onto the airport to get out some cryocopters, but that's it. As a power plant there. The Cyan is basically knocked out of the game at this moment in time. Only able to do limited things. Tsunami tanks charging forward. Trying to go for some crushes there. None of the Javelin troops are getting crushed. Some are getting honorable discharged. And now got all of his Imperial Wars finish up the rest of these infantry. Blue's trying to advance forward nano deflection himself. Getting some crushes there on the Imperial Warriors. Very nice. Large number of these Tsunami tanks are actually very, very wounded. Striker VXs should be able to finish them off. Finish off 2 of them. And one is remaining there. We've received a bit of jam fire on the Striker VXs. Does fall back in time. These Striker VXs are flying around. Or Chopper VXs. Hydrofoil getting some damage there. Blue is not yet deployed a command hub in order to improve, get out some heightened clearance. Does take up both of those Striker VXs. Do have an infected on the Assault Destroyer. And does get it uninfected. Not sleeper ambush, but tank busters do pop out, trying to get a bit of micro there. Now we're going to see some fire from the conscript. He could call out some Molotovs to help him out with that. Up here, got the Tsunami tanks out, pushing forward, trying to hit Blue's Science Airfield. He's focused on the aircraft there, very good. He only has 2 Vindicators as well. Let's get a bombing run there. This one does get destroyed on the deck. And looks like he will be able to destroy off the airfield. Or maybe not. Tsunami tank advancing forward. There's not enough health there, or too much health there for honorable discharge to finish it off. Now got these forces advancing out south over here. Yellow has a decent force, supported by Magenta's assault destroyers. Green has a small defensive force here. Does not have an NCV at the moment either, but does still have an armor facility. It's good damage here, but some of these hammer tanks are being focused down. Assault destroyers now making their way forward. They have good guns. His teammate does deploy out the Empress Rage. Does get a bit transformed there in order to hit these hammer tanks. Bullfrog started forward. Does take out some of these Striker or Chopper VXs. We'll take time to release down some of these Tsunami tanks. This will give him a dual-wielding Tsunami tank right here. He does go ahead and snare himself a Assault Destroyer that can give him a nice little cannon as well. The Assault Destroyer is now advancing on forward, trying to harass the refinery. And one of these hammer tanks definitely does have another big gun. So I think that one may have went down. Note the Assault Destroyer cannon right there. More of these Assault Destroyers assaulting Red's base. Cyan has back to the game, getting all the instructions to Red, which is a good amount of income. Red's now advancing forward with good sized armor. Some of it's getting frozen, however. Does have some good number of Imperial Warriors, as well as a handful of tank busters, green and supporting forces here. The Assault Destroyer Cannon is at elite status. And this one does get focused down there. The Summon Tanks pushing forward, gets some good damage there, and does get that one snared and destroyed. Now the Assault Destroyer is fully heroic. Assault Destroyer advancing on forward, does engage the Assault Destroyer Cannon, does get snared before going down. Maybe I'll grab himself another Assault Destroyer Cannon, or Summon Tanks pushing forward. Grabbing even some extra cannons like some Tsunami Tanks can be very beneficial. Aerodrome does go down, Elite one does go down, just leaving one heroic one remaining that it has no guns. Does get infected onto the Tsunami Tank as well. Doesn't take time to crush down this Javelin troop. Over here we do have this Mechatank gain some damage there onto the Ore Collector. And over here we do have the Ore Collector does go down, but the Mechatank does go down in return with the Honorable Discharge. Ore Refinery receiving quite a bit of damage right here. Red just can't really respond to protect it. Good crush there by that Tsunami Tank there, getting a number of those tank busters. Brings advance forward, has a small force in the field, may want to eye out a MCV. Picks up those Jet Tengus or Mega Tengus. Red's massive infantry force advancing forward. Magenta could potentially pull out a Cryo Blast in this area to help really lock down this assault. And these Tsunami Tanks charging force not being very useful. Ooh, our Refinery Core goes down. Got a bit of flak fire coming out by these Bullfrogs, taking out these Striker VXs. And their carcasses do not get good hits there, even though that's 100 units below their propellers. This Refinery will go down as well, but you got more Tsunami Tanks here. Hammer Tanks pushing their way forward. One of them has the anti-infantry weapon. And that Ore Collector does go down as well. Takes out that infrastructure as well. Now push way up north. Tsunami Tanks going down. You get a bit of fire on the Tsunami Tanks as well. Going to try to steal himself some extra guns. Does give himself an extra gun there. But this Hammer Tank will likely go down. Red's infantry force advancing forward will cleave through Magenta space. Magenta does not actually have the MCV. That's why we don't see any Cryo Blast with Geddons. Yes, maybe some days I'll bring it back. I'm having fun. We do not have these tank busters cleaving through those walls. There's a single airfield that remains. Up here, you got a Mecha Bay. No MCV. He's lost it way up here a long time ago. Yellow does have MCV right in front of me. So all the sides are quite battered, bruised, and beaten. Blue needs to back out Magenta needs to back out the game to give all this money infrastructure to somebody, whether it be blue or yellow. Blue could use the money to get another MCV, though that appears to be an MCV. That is an MCV. Magenta, if he doesn't give out everything, all those credits will go to waste. You can take a look at, including the oil derrick get destroyed. Oh no, he still has a power plant here. He really should back out the game. Magenta has, I believe this is Magenta. Yeah, Empire. Yep, that's allied at the screen. Magenta has 9,000 credits. He needs to back out the game and give one of his teammates 9,249 credits. Because when this goes down, all that will go in the down the drain, I'm pretty sure. See here, this person does have 8,000 credits.
Emperor.
Mechatango, let's go!
And it looks like Magenta will not be knocked out of the game just yet. Magenta does have a sizable air force, that's for sure, so having him stay in the game, the micros can be very useful, but this is far too risky. Oh, and the Vindicator is probably burning up because there's no ammo. And that can't be rectified, can it? I do hear a final squadron being put on the field. It is by yellow. Maybe we'll get some hits on these infantry forces. Good try the prediction. Unsuccessful, however. We got a big flak fire there. We got some balloon bomb. Destroy all Magenta's air forces. And Magenta does sell out of the game. No, no, no. And he did not give his 8,000 credits to his teammates. You have to quit the game in order to give your teammate all your items. Don't sell the game. He just threw away 9,000, probably 10,000 credits to the oil derrick, as was an oil derrick, into the drain. We got a sleeper ambush there, being eaten by terror drones. They're very hungry, they are. Red spans it forward, does get some good damage there onto the tsunami tanks. Tsunami tanks have gone down. Blue could have really used those credits, but now he has to work on soon-to-be one base. These ore mines have 4,000 credits and 4,000 credits each. Oh, do have a nice on bonsai charger to get back home. He does save the Mecha Bay. And wait. Okay, he does not have main breakthrough. I don't know that little radar dish there. I thought it was going to be tier 3, but it's just tier 2. Final Squadron does not take out the Mecha Bay, but needs to take out these Striker VXs before they take him out. Got a single Jet Tengu here for protection. Shoots down one of the Striker VXs. The rest of the ones will be shot down. Yellow keeping the infantry there has been very useful. Green is still in the game. Now pushing for some hammer tanks there. Two of them are dual wielding, the heroic one and the veteran one. The one that's not have any veterancy is not dual wielding. The veteran one is being picked apart. The veteran one does go down, and I think Aerodrome comes out and gets killed off. Does take up those Mecha Tanks in pursuit as well. Red still has a decent force in the field. Does still have these refineries. These refineries have 8,500 credits. This one still has 11,500. So in other words, a lot of credits. Yari mini subs patrolling around. Green's falling back, mostly with Bullfrogs. He still does not have an MCV. Hamtakes may want to fall back as well. He may want to eye for MCV, or at least give him some access to protocols to bring on in, which will probably off cooldown. And now we do have the Jet Tengu receiving a bit of fire there as well. Jet Tengu does fall back. I hear the final squadron. They found it. Did some damage there. That appears to be Green's flare. Oh, wait. That means he has the MCV redeployed. See something being built? Yep, he has redeployed his MCV. Very good. Using, I guess, using his protocols for suppressive fire. Does transforms and fails. You can sell off those wall segments. And this Prospector, oh, he sold off that one solid wall segment there, which made it vulnerable, and he got picked off. This one here was either destroyed or never rebuilt. Yellow has a nice swell of Mecha Tengus. Do have this Mecha Bay. It has just only tier 2. Ore Collector trying to run away. Mass Transform there. And point defense drones as well. Red is getting picked apart. All of his refineries are refinerying. All his ore collectors are going down. Does have this one over there. This Prospector could be rebuilt. This Prospector could be rebuilt. Yellow's deploying out some more Imperial Warriors and Tank Busters. Green's advancing up north. We got these Mecha Tengus flying down south, trying to engage this Mecha Tengu. red have a... Yeah, red does have an MCV, so both green and red have an MCV. Another sleeper ambush there. That's got one of the bullfrogs there. Now he's going to try to crush these and slow destroy these tank busters. Yellow's advancing forward with a massive wave of infantry. Green's back to a corner. He can escape out of sea with the MCV, but the rest of the infrastructure will likely not go down. Bullfrog's trying to charge him forward. Got a mass transform from his teammate. Does lose all the hammer tanks. MCV does... Oh, we got the Terror Drone gain some fights there. Does get all the yellow infantry as well. Green has lived, largely thanks to his teammate. He also has one depleted refinery. This one has 3,750, so enough for him to try to eye for maybe expansion, but there's Yari mini subs crawling around. A couple of these mecha tankers do get picked off. Now it's hitting the mecha bay. Got a single tsunami tank here for defense. Honorable Discharge may be able to take out the mecha bay as well. That is some tank there. Not a sudden transport, just standing there. This may be enough. Yep, that was enough. We got another dojo deployed on the field. Got another mecha bay there. Finds the mecha bay, picks it off. Emperor's Rage, Emperor's Wrath. I'm pretty sure that was Emperor's Wrath because I saw the symbol there. I think that's a higher tier. And that's what airstrike does. All of us there. We got this tsunami tank just basically fully automatic with that ability on. And now we got this Ore Collector with a bit of harassment there. I wonder, was I correct? This is red. It is Emperor's Retribution. It goes Rage, Revenge, Retribution, and right team also surrendering. That's how it goes. This is Adam Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I start the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Can you please give me one moment? Sorry about that. Let's go to Infinity Isle. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Runner 3 replays. One on the bottom left side is the blue Soviets. We have GBH. Spawned on the top right side as the yellow allies. We have H2O, God of War. And sarcastic caps, or sarcastic spelling. We do now have a barracks spawned field over here. Oh, I think this may be fast airfield. Likely here. Yep, this is likely fast airfield. Got more wall seconds going up. There's the airfield, but it's not deployed all the way forward. But it's the one location to help him keep it walled in. Bear will push on forward. We'll spot this. Got the combat engineer deployed on field and a flak tower. Since he didn't see any dogs, he is aware that it is fast airfield, so he's trying to go for some defense immediately. War factor going up, he needs to immediately go for a bullfrog. Sickles could be not half bad to hit his opponent's economy, but Vindicators can easily retaliate against them. Flak tower not yet complete. He may have paused the flak tower there, or maybe just the economy being a bit funky. I think he paused the flak tower. There you go, does get built there. Get a bit of damage, and Bullfrog does pop out as well. Get some good damage onto the Vindicators. They decide to drop their bombs onto the oil derrick. Yellow has not claimed his oil derrick. Another reactor. He may be eyeing some extra flak towers. And now do you have the construction yard over here? You now have, was that a conscript or engineer? Conscript, find against this garrison, provide some good spotting. It does get it in there. You could try throwing a couple flak troopers in there to get harassing fire on the airfield. Over here, do now the bullfrogs before. There's 3 bullfrogs. 2 Vindicators can take out bullfrog, but with this many bullfrogs in the region, it may cause some severe issues. Couple bears out there. Bomb run, push way forward. The bears do go down, which will allow them to get the expansion up and going. Oh, and there is a multi-gunner turret here for defense. Let's get a bit of flak fire. I hear a sickle harassing this refinery line. Very nice. He is going for a multi-gunner turret there, and I think also for a power plant. Let's see. Can I see the build radius from... Nope, I cannot see the build radius in caster vision. So let's wonder if I can or can't ban build right there. MCV build radius, the Allies' MCV build radius is actually quite significant. Which I believe that should be more of an attribute of the Soviets rather than the Allies, since they have to build their structures on the field over time, as opposed to build up and then instantly deploy the Prospector, receiving a bit of automatic weapons fire there. Does of course have repairs from the airfield, so it's going to be very difficult to deal with this. The Vindicators bombs, he's afraid to use the Vindicators because of the bullfrogs nearby. Does get this Prospector locked down there, force fire on the ground there to deny the reinforcements, so now he's getting locked in multiple directions. Soviet player is playing this quite well. And does go and deploy this one out there, receive quite a bit of damage. He's going to drop a bomb there, and drop a bomb this one, very nice. Before he heads back home, he needs to stick around the naval yard to get repairs, but nope, when he comes back to land, he will get shot up. He does not, oh, send that Vindicator back to the naval yard for repairs. And does force him out of there, so safe to land, and now he'll get his repairs. We do now have the ore refinery going up for the Soviet plate. This is expansion number 4, or base number 4, I should say. Has the coil going on up. I hear some Vindicators. Does take out one of the Vindicators. Or I was trying to say the Terror Drone. Hammer Tank now face forward, has 2 bullfrogs for escort and a sickle. Nice little combat force. Riptide now pushing forward, getting some torpedoes onto the Tesla coil there. Now the ore collectors seem to fire first, which will allow the Tesla coil to build with less being impeded. So maybe pause at the moment. Trying to lease down some of these forces there. Vindicators now push way forward. Bullfrogs get some good damage there. Does take out the hammer tank. Ore collector seems to have more fire there. Tesla coil is now going back on up. He's going to be trying to make his way over here. Does use cash bounty there. He's believing he's going to lose the ore collector. If that's the case, he may want to start queuing up the next one. Try to push way forward. Nothing here to stop it. Another hammer tank would be useful. And Sickle jumps and dies. Hammer tank is going to try to pursue this Riptide, but does manage to escape out to sea. It does lose that ore collector there. Tesla coil was cancelled, rebuilt, and cancelled again. Okula Okula submarine could go ahead and put some pressure over here. It's definitely not a mini sub. Now here comes a bomb run. Does get some good damage on the naval yard. Some bullfrogs could push their forward, but 3 is not enough to engage 4 Vindicators. 4 Vindicators can't pick off 2 bullfrogs. Does spot the hydrofoil there and does take out the ultra torpedoes. Vindicators now trying to camp the Akula submarine as it surfaces. And now the Riptide could push forward and start hitting of his own torpedoes. Ore collector seeing a bit of fire there. Akula submarine just moving around. Over here do have another Riptide. That was the wounded one from earlier. Another barracks going up, as well as an airfield. He could try to camp the airfield with MiGs, or use the twin blades to start putting pressure, since his opponent hasn't really deployed out much anti-aircraft. So I say that there's a bunch of javelin troops there, and these bullfrogs being thrown away, and he desperately needs to keep those alive. Now those Vindicators have much more free reign. I got a lot of torpedoes ready to hit the Akula sub. His ultra torpedoes may be off cooldown. War collectors seem a bit of fire there. Akula sub just may want to just run away. Now got a bit of fire there. He does splash himself there with those missile barrage. Javelin troops push their way forward with 2 peacekeeper support. The hammer tanks could go forward for a crush, get a bit of damage there onto these twin blades. Now got the naval yard starting to go on down. Good bomb run there onto the naval yard. Oh wait, I just realized something. That bear got a massive roar off, but does not capitalize on too well. Does lose both those twin blades. When the hammer tanks do go down, 1 hammer tank remains, and the conscripts will get some good damage as well. I wonder, is it the same Kula sub or is that a different Kula sub? It's healthy. I see one of these requires a fully heroic. I think this is a different Kula sub. Could try for some ultra torpedoes if he has access to that, but does not. Does get it bombed. Bullfrogs and hammer tanks advancing down to the center. We've got a handful of conscripts as well. Support them. And now do have these riptides getting healed on up. Oil derrick's starting to go on down. Oh, and got the bullfrogs against some flak fire. Got these infantry forces making their way forward. Not enough defense here for the Soviet player to really contest all this infantry. We may see crowd. I haven't seen a single crowd shot yet, so crowd shot, maybe even crowd blast may be available. Let's see. Wait.
Jeff, right here.
He does not have any protocols available. He has MCV, right? Yes, MCV's
right
there. I'm not sure what that is. He's gotten, of course, with the advanced aeronautics. He does have available the cryo shot, almost enough for cryo blast.
Jeff, right here.
Desolator strike does come forward, does largely avoid it. Of course, do see Desolator strike and Cash Bounty there. Gets some nice bear roar, and the rest of the infantry will get crushed or eaten by bears. Blackfire coming out these Vindicators. 1 of them, 2 of them, 3 of them does go down.
I present to you the MCV.
Wait. Okay, that's just the MCV packing it up, not a fresh one being deployed on the field, I don't believe. I always forget that the voice line does activate as well. I was thinking that was a fresh MCV deployed. There's the MCV there. Only see the 1 on the field. We do have a assault destroyer and hydrofoil on the top left corner of the map for some odd reason. Bullfrogs moving forward. Has a lot of bear support. A couple of hammer tanks as well. Getting some good snares there. 4 hammer tanks here. They could perhaps leash down some of these riptides and get some anti-infantry weapons. There's also 2 guardian tanks here. Hydrofoil and Assault Destroyer now advancing forward. There is an airfield there, so the Hydrofoil gets some good anti-aircraft fire, while the Assault Destroyer can go onto land and crush or shoot the ore collectors. We got cryo blasts being deployed on field. On freeze down. Oh, does lose the Soul Destroyer to the Tesla Coil. Does get it frozen, but nothing in the air to shatter it. Airfield's a bit chilled. We would assume that the structures designed to go in Siberia can handle a bit of cold. Of course, space laser cold is probably a different type of coldness. It does come from space, right? The Athena satellites come from space, so where does the freezing satellites come from? I'm assuming from space as well. And how do you focus freeze like that? Unless they use lasers to make it cold, because that's how the coldest temperature ever was ever achieved in the known universe, and created a new fifth state of matter called boson-Einstein condensate. Yes, there's a fifth state of matter, as opposed to solid, liquid, gas, and plasma. Ultra cold. It was like a couple fractions of a degree temperature above absolute zero. So in other words, matter acts really weird in those really cold temperatures. Now we've got the Javelin troops getting some good damage there on the Twin Blade. Does go down there. Do you have these bears pushing forward? Doesn't get a roar off. Oh, large number of them are actually veteran heroic, so they actually withstand the roar. Takes out the Riptide there, could go for some crushes. Oh, I just realized something as well. There's a massive assault here. Got the Guardian tanks and Athena cannons moving forward. Hammer tanks trying to get some siphons there. Soviet MCV could try pursuing these out to sea to get some crushes. Does get a crush on the Riptide, which does slow it down. Let the Guardian tanks with the painted laser get some good damage. Gain some good weapon convert steals there, I think. The Prism Cannon does go down. Does have another Prism Cannon. The Prism Cannon is now on auto fire. Does get some good damage there. The Hydrofoil does get snared as well. The Prism Cannon's only veteran. The anti-infantry weapon's fully heroic. Wait, Siphon. What weapon do you get from siphoning off a Hydrofoil? Do you get an anti-aircraft weapon or a jamming weapon? Either way, that would have been a great weapon. Does take out the heroic one, which is not the Prism Cannon, which actually is very useful. And he's trying to pick up these hammer tanks now. He's going to try to do a quick drop over here, I'm assuming. Airdrome gets packed up as well. Got to make up his way forward. He lost the MCV, still has the armor facility, still has the airfield. He's letting these guys reload. So by the time he lands, the body already reloaded. Quick missile barrage there, does take it out. He doesn't have to worry about any anti-aircraft forces in Inception at the moment. Doesn't have any Apollos. Bullfrog may get focused down here. Does get a bit of flak fire. Being chased. Does go down, of course. Half the bombs are now down. These forces can perhaps get another. I think he's wasting his opportunity now. He knows all the bombs are spent. I'm not sure. Okay, he's going to the cube, move them around. Are there any Hydrofoils at sea? Doesn't appear to be. There's a Athena cannon there. Finding clean up the column script beside the garrison. Going for the naval yard now. Nope, not going for the naval yard. Fine for the ore refinery. Actually, yeah, I think actually more trying to bomb the ore collector, which did more damage to the ore refinery since it up armored. That Athena cannon was trying to drift, and he was successful, apparently. And does land those forces there. There could have been a good potential of a combat drop. Because when the ammo was on being reloaded, so now's a good time to attack. I think that's maybe... Nope, no MCV is being redeployed. Is there a naval yard? Oh, there is a MCV deployed up with the naval yard. He needs to get that redeployed to get the protocols up and going. There's plenty of ore here, 18,000 credits. Right now, the Soviet player's on 2 refineries, the Allied player's on 3 refineries. And now I've got 2 Mirage tanks and 2 Athena cannons here. Got Cryo getting flooded right here. Does get one of the bullfrogs. These ones are... Oh, that one may get frozen. Does get frozen there. Those lose both the hammer tanks there. Destination Strike does get a bit of damage there onto the Athena cannons. When the Twin Blades do go down, Prism tanks, or not Prism tanks, Mirage tanks are seeing a bit of snares there. Needs to focus, get one of these guys killed off so I can focus the other one. Does take out the Multi-Gunner IFE there with the conscripts, and does take out the Prism tank or Mirage tank there with the Twin Blades. Does get the Ore Refinery or Ore Collector Prospector snared. Actually, there's only 750 credits claimed from that Ore Refinery. Bear does get dropped on in. Fully Heroic does get knocked back by the shotgun of the Multi-Gunner IFE. Now he's going to try to clear it out there. Does get this snared. So only one Peacekeeper advanced forward. There's 3 Peacekeepers here. I wonder if the Heroic one will go down first. Oh, and those Athena cannons do go down to the Twin Blades. And there may have been some splash damage there. We have another expansion up here. Soviet MCV now advanced to the high ground. Maybe eyeing for another expansion. Force right on the ground, showing that Grass who's boss. Oh, I noticed all of them loaded with shotguns, but this one's loaded up with Javelin Troop. You see the double layer missile launcher. And I think people say the damage output's actually not that good compared to even just a regular Multi-Gunner IFE. Or maybe that was just the Multi-Gunner turrets. Does go and pick up the hammer tank there, and does drop it off once again. Got the MCV here. Push forward the fully automatic shotguns. Does take out the hammer tank there. Vindicator, the Elite one does go down. Heroic Fire one does take a bit of fire. And there's nothing here to stop these Multi-Gunner IFEs. Let's lose the Ore Collector there. This Ore Collector is severely damaged, but can be retasked on this area. Does not need to worry about rebuilding it, though it may go down shortly. Multi-Gunner IFEs will find this Ore Collector now. He does get it unloaded there. Does take out one of the Bullfrogs now. And now do get the laser lock onto the Super Reactor. Starting to focus on the other Ore Collector. Anthony's trying to charge forward for Crush. And it looks like the cannon shots are hitting the Peacekeepers here. Now trying to focus down these Multi-Gunner IFEs. Multi-Gunner IFEs are doing some good focus fire there. Does take out the Ore Collectors. Got a conscript here inside this garrison. And does not kill off that Peacekeeper time, but was just barely miss off. And looks like the Soviet player does that back of the game now. This is Adam Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Let's see, I probably have time for 2 more replays. Let's do Magnageddon, and then we're going to do Fire Island. Greetings everyone, and Great here of another Relic 3 replay. As well on the bottom left side as the green allies, we have Get Ret. Whoa, look at this, they're all random. We have Get Ret. On the left side as the magenta Soviets, we have Me Noobish 2. On the left side as the Cyan allies, we have Air 404. So on the right side as the red allies, we have Rower XX. Spawn on the right side as the Blue Empire, we have Alvin Tay. Spawn on the right side as the Yellow Empire, we have Beebliz. I have no idea how to pronounce that. We got all random Empire allies versus allies, Soviets, and allies. Down south, we do have a dog being eaten, so it's a dog eat dog world. Over here, we do have, looks like a burst drone, some instant dojos. Got the allied engineer here. He has the tools, schematics, and he will be sacrificed in the process, sacrificing himself to the oil gods. We got this instant dojo push way forward. The doggo does spot this. Gallon Trooper now push way forward. Peacekeeper may get crushed, does get avoided, does get crushed there from the instant dojo, and no honorable discharge there yet. We of course have the two refinements being plotted there. Dog does get killed off, and I got the burst drone now heading over or back home, I should say, or nope, heading on the left. Sometimes it's really hard to tell if that's blue or magenta, and there's only Empire on the right side of the map. And magenta's the Soviets. Over here, do got some sea bears. Best way to deal. Wait. Okay, they're on the same team. I was like wondering, why aren't they eating each other? The best way to deal with a sea bear attack is, of course, to draw a circle. There's a peacekeeper here. Bears now push way forward. They do make the landfall. They do up shield up. Does go for roars there. Could go for roars just to make sure these guys are just not moving around. Allow his teammate to push on forward, go for the roar, and there's all of them stunned, allowing his teammate to capture the oil barrack. Very good teamwork. Over here, we've got the Imperial Warriors. An aggressively defensive stance. Got some peacekeepers here pushing way forward. There's more of them there. Over here, do got a bit of harassment on the Soviet refinery line now. Going for Tesla core to help secure up his refinery line. You also have a crusher crane here. The crusher crane can't get repairs onto the ore collector while it's receiving some fire. He can get some ore collection and then up armor as he gets a little bit too low. We now got a multi-gunner turret here. Green's doing a good job of hitting it. Let's get out there. Now can hit the rest of Red's base. Red's MCVs are right here, deploying out a ore refinery. There, do have another boot camp here. May want to deploy out some dogs, come back home. This fortress wall will be shortly destroyed. Got now these peacekeepers shielding up, trying to avoid fire from the Banzai charge and from the Mechatengus. Got Apollos now flying about. It does go ahead and, as the Banzai charge ends, he's going to just go ahead and start shooting them with their shotguns. Ore collector stopping the bear. Right, that's another way to stop the sea bear attack. Gun. Fully automatic gun. And the Soviet combat engineer does go down. Tesla trooper advances forward, does get one shot there, but was unsuccessful. First drone will be gunned down by the flak cannon of the Bullfrog over here. Something got killed off over here. A single Imperial Warrior shooting away against the MCV. Down south, got a bit of harassment there onto Green's refinery line. Got Riptides here. Force. Okay, that's not force fire on the ground, just almost looks like it's force fire on the ground. It actually sort of does look like force fire on the ground. I don't know why. Jet taking a receiving bit of fire there. We've got some dogs. Wait, Red's MCV is really pushing forward. Green does try to go for a engineer there, but does get killed off by the dogs. Man, MCV's best friend, the dog. Got Tesla core now being pulled up by Purple. He's trying to stop Red's aggression. Over here, Red has lost a refinery, still has 2 refineries up and going. This prospector is still collecting, but severely damaged. Got this prospector in the region. Up here, Yellow and Cyan engaging, but looks like Yellow does win the air war. And does get himself snared by the Magenta terror drone. Red is not in a good position, and I don't think there's any way for him to get out of this situation. He has a boot camp, he has a refinery, but no naval yard and no war factory. So Red's mostly dead in the water, does have bit power there. Red, all he can do is just mass infantry. He only has 1 refinery in the oil derrick. It'd probably be a good idea for him to stay in the game for the time frame because he can micro this stuff. He does have a oil derrick here, and he can still get back in the game by using engineer caps somewhere. We got the jet tankers flying about. Soviet player has expanded down here, has 2 expansions center of the map. Green is battered and bruised, has 1 refinery up and going. Wait, Green has a naval yard. Green does not appear. Oh, there's Green's MCV. He does have an MCV, but it's on 1 refinery, so it's not a great position either, like Red. Red at least has a sizable armor. Green does not. He's gonna have to rely on some teammates for defense or some multi-gunner turrets. He does have a Riptide, however, hitting his opponent's refinery. Yellow's falling back. Sign has a full airfield, mostly Apollos. Has some dogs up here. Now Magenta maybe eyeing for a bit of aggression. Does pull out a wall segment. And the Riptide does go down. Jet Tango's flying about. Got these 6 Apollos in the field. That would be useful to engage 2 Empire players worth of Jet Tango's. Now is in pursuit, trying to get some bit of damage here. Does transform just to escape on out of there. Green's MCV does, or Riptide does go down. Got a engineer trying to go in for a cap. He can just pack up and avoid being captured. Cryoblast player there, it's one green. Does see the engineer? Oh, does not get captured there. Sorry, I missed this little engagement there, but Magenta has crushed through. Red does lose his boot camp there. Red needs to back out of the game as soon as he can so he can give all of his money and what infrastructure he has to a teammate, because right now he is dead. Still has, no, that's command post. Okay, he has something somewhere, some power generators. He may just want to back out of the game just simply to give out his teammates some money and supplies. Right now, this is the right team. Right team's allied player does still have 6,000 credits in the bank, so that would be a good idea to back out of the game to give one of his teammates not only 2 oil derricks but also a lot of credits. Plus 2 power plants, never hurt. King Oni being put on the field, Wave Force Artillery being foolishly sent forward. You get some great collateral damage, however. Overkills that Terror Drone, he's not problematic there. Bold Charge does come forward, does get some good damage there. Bold Charge comes forward, gets some good damage there. And now got an EM field there, but does miss the King Oni. And he's going back on out there. Does snipe the Tesla Trooper there. This Tesla Trooper is trying to push him forward. And does lock down this King Oni. This King Oni currently has infection. Though it's doing... Okay, it is doing damage. It looks like it was just doing no damage earlier. Now he can fall back to his Mecha Bay to get some repairs. This one also severely wounded. And we've got Yuriko. Brain now getting overran here. He does have MCV here. His teammate deploys out in Naval Yard. I wonder if he has enough credits for a power plant and then refinery. Does he even have a power plant and teammate space? Does not appear to be. Red just loses lots of his infantry. He really should back up the game now. One of yellow, if he gets his infrastructure to yellow, I think it's mostly by random. You can give him a lot of credits, and he does back the game, giving his infrastructure to blue. Blue's doing much better, but he could probably make use of that credits, probably better than yellow at the moment, to get some higher tier units. So, trade-off. Yellow could use it more, blue can use it better. Pick your poison. Sign does play a nice little defense here. Let's see, green. Oh, green. Has enough for refinery. Just had enough. Actually,
Hydrofoil here. What's
seems like he has another set of income going around somewhere. I'm not sure where though. Oh wait, is there some like resource sharing? I wonder. King Oni not pushing way forward. Wait for Tilly here, support. Needs you premature discharge in order to pick off those terror drones better. King Oni's charging forward.
Construction vehicle at your service.
Nope. I still have a person selected there. That's why I can't pick over abilities.
Guardian tank awaiting deployment.
Yeah, premature discharge the ability. Now got some mag mines coming out onto these King Oni, a real rare thing to see. But honorable discharge annihilates them, and that's why you don't use mag mines against Empire. Does get a collateral kill there, killing off 3 bears for 1 shot. Does shrink down the his teammate's King Oni there, so he can try to run forward. It is fully heroic, gets good damage there. Do knock up the Apocalypse tank advancing forward. If he kills off the heroic King Oni, could get some good veterancy there. Doesn't take time to finish him off, going straight for the Wave Force Artillery. And does not get the crush there either. Poorly maneuvered King Apocalypse tank there. since it's hard to hit those tiny little units sometimes, it may be a good idea to actually use a harpoon. Doggo does get a good bark there. Green's MCV's right here. Blue's not pushing forward some not cruisers. Does get one of them jammed. His teammate can push forward, get the other one jammed. Naginata cruiser not set aggressive states either, so they're not shooting. He really needs to get that other one jammed for his teammate. Now the Riptide can finish them off. Heroic King Oni does get taken out by now the elite Apocalypse tank. And now he should be able to crush the Wave Force artillery, being fully heroic, and gets this one a veteran set as well. Maybe a good idea to not crush them. He may have grinder treads, but the honorable discharge I think did more damage in turn. Yellow has and blue Cyan has a massive hit here. Got a nice Emperor's Wrath there. Gains some good damage from the Tsunami tanks there. The Mecha tanks was drawing a lot of fire there. Guardian tanks starting to get overran. Guardian tanks are staying alive. Tsunami tanks getting distracted by the Boogie Gun turrets there. Cryo Blast being blown on the field. Unsuccessful. Does do mass transform there. It does take out the Multi-Gun turret with the honorable discharge. We also got a Shrunken Tsunami tank here drawing a lot of fire. The other, and that is a Natasha, not a Guardian tank blasting it. Natasha's being supported by a pair of Bullfrogs, pair of Apocalypse tanks. Yuriko does receive a snipe shot there from... Oh, the Heroic one does get a good shot there. Heroic ones who have high explosive rounds with the Apocalypse tanks. And now the Natasha gets a pilot snipe on the other King Oni. The Heroic King Oni will be destroyed off by the Heroic Apocalypse tank there. Terratron does pop out as well. Wait, I guess it was infected. He needs to get out. Oh, there goes Natasha. Natasha was wounded. Maybe she should have gotten inside the King Oni. Yellow's trying to push his way forward. Got these King Oni getting some good damage as well. One of our IFEs are badly bruised and beaten. They want to fall back to the airfield to get their repairs. Sniper tanks ball falling on back. King Oni are elite and heroic. And I heard something capture up the King Oni. Green captures up the King Oni. We'll be able to finish off these Tsunami tanks. We'll maybe have trouble with these other King Oni. You can try to do a bull charge onto it. Bull rush. The elite one is a bit wounded. I'm not sure how effective bull rush are towards King Oni. And does steal a little bit of Emperor's Rage right there. She'll be able to finish off these Tsunami tanks quite easily. Does finish off the heroic one, getting him so fully heroic, and he's also Emperor's Raged. Finish off the Shattered one as well. Finish off all these Tsunami tanks. Now we've got the King Onis here. You may use Bull Rush to rush him down. That should be enough to snipe him off. Apocalypse tank here does harpoon the King Oni, stunning him. The heroic King Oni gains a good damage there. Natasha may want to go for a pilot snipe on one of his forces. Does pilot snipe that King Oni there. This Peacekeeper needs to get inside the King Oni there. Those lose up the King Oni. And looks like the Column Script will get inside the King Oni. Does not pass the Veterancy, however. The neutral King Oni does still have the Veterancy. But the one who recaptured does not retain Veterancy. Yuriko advances forward. Rocket Angel gets sniped. Natasha gains a good snipes here. Bull rushes Yuriko, killing her off. King Oni maybe will crush Natasha. Triangle Nope gets bull rushes there. Doesn't get the harpoon off. Starting to last off on the King Oni. Her snipe may be off cooldown, but we do have a Tesla Trooper here. And finish off the King Oni there. Does get that one disrupted by the Tesla Trooper there, who's in an infinite flying cycle. Been a while since I've seen really good Natasha play. Now we've got these Riptides, see a bit of fire there from the Chopper VXs. And does pick off both of those heroic Riptides. Oh, I heard something captured there. Oh, another neutral King Oni. Natasha will get the bomb run there, but she does go down. Got Disruption Field onto the lead King Oni, but does focus on the Tesla Trooper there thanks to the Mecha Tengu. Finish off the Mecha Tengu there. He may want to go for Bull Rush. Does go for Bull Rush on that one. Good focus fire there. But Pocket Sync received a fire. The Pocket Sync does go down. And this other one will get snared. It can fire occasionally. Does get some good damage on this King Oni. And B4 connects. Gets the other one snared. And he's going back off as King Oni. He could try to go for the Disruption Field, but the B4 does score the kill there, giving him veteran status. And we do have Rocket Angel S. Paralyzing Whip does stop Green's MCV, does kill it off. Green does has a bunch of refineries there, does not have a naval yard, or right there it is, but loses naval yard, which means he will be dead in the water. Literally a little bit. Paralysis Whip does connect. Green does lose the naval yard there, and now he has no more production structures. He has a small force in the field, but it's probably good at... Oh, he does have a boot camp, so he may still want to back out the game to pass off his credits to somebody else. There's a lot of economy he has, but not a lot of production. He can deploy a command hub here to get out a heightened clearance for spies. And seeing how the Empire players are deploying a lot of King Oni, I think spies will be actually pretty good. Rocket Angel, you may see the rare heroic Rocket Angel, but we've got the rare Naginata Cruiser, which are almost as rare as Rocket Angels, but not as much. Trying to go for laser lock on the Yari mini sub, but it's just out of range. Sells off those power plants, just believes it can't save them. That should put Sign to low power, yes it does. Sign does not appear to have an MCV active, but still has armor facility. They're getting out Mirage Tank. This is up to high max clearance. She could pilot snipe an Ore Collector. But there's a pilot snipe King Oni. Yeah, capturing the King Oni with a Tesla Trooper. As much as you don't want to lose Tesla Troopers, that's probably a good way to lose a Tesla Trooper. And now the Ore Fighter is getting harpoon. Green's Peacekeepers and Infantry Force now advancing on forward. Trying to get some good kills there. May see Snom Tank trying to go for Crush. Pocket Snake trying to go for Crush themselves. Those lose all those Javelin troops. Bull Rush charging forward, hitting the Pocket Snake there. Does get an airstrike onto the Snom. Nope, does not get an airstrike there. It does go down. We got a Shogun battleship finds some broadsides onto the King Oni. Natasha's pilot site may be off cooldown relatively soon. Now we've got a Lazing ore refinery there. Another Yuriko now pulled on the field. Do not wait. Green captured it at Blue's MCV. We got more now. Empire engineers trying to capture the Mecha Bay. Green has captured the Mecha Bay. More captures of Mecha Bay. What the hell did Green just do, and how did Blue not see this? Shogun battleship set an aggressive stance, trying to barrage down the Empire Allied MCV. It is an Allied player, but Empire MCV. So I think he does have access to Empire Protocols, sells it off. Not Empire Protocols, Allied Protocols. Through his protocols. May see a pilot snipe there, no trying to las it. Though the broadside may still come forward. Now got... It's tier 3. He can pull out King Oni. Now we got King Oni in the middle of Blue's base. Blue has... He may want to go for his own engineers. This engineer just lined the ground. This may be a little bugged out. I'm not sure. Sells off some of the extra infrastructure. So Green's back in the game. Green has a lot of engineers. Science push way forward, does have some Athena cannon here, as well as some multi-gunner IVs and Riptides, but got Tsunami Tanks just charging forward. Pink Busters getting some good work. They basically just want to be a general 8 move forward. D4 Rocks running on in. Some incredibly wounded King Oni charging forward. The Honorable was just charged, takes him out. That's basically smashing your head against a brick wall. Explosive brick wall. Tsunami Tanks being focused on one at a time. Wait, how did Green... I don't even want to know. And Team Right Side does surrender the game. I think Green may have... played a much greater role with those engineers than I could even imagine. By the way, this is Angrade saying, thank you for watching and on to next replay. How did he capture so much? Yep, and this may be my last replay for tonight, so let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Relic 3 replay. So on the top right side, as the red allies, we have X, B, W, P, J, I, L, I, S, N, J, Z, N, J, L, Y, dash, G, O, or G0, B, A, Y. Whatever the hell that means. So on the bottom left side, as the orange allies, we have Mormori. That probably sounds right. We do not have the boot camp going up. Some walls as well. We got boot camp going up as some walls as well. Some doggos being plotted in the field. I'm to secure up the oil derrick. Only one dog being employed out here and going straight for the allied engineer. 2 dogs for orange. Power plant way out at sea and power plant not out at sea. I heard a bark there. Was that a cube move, bark? I think a cube move for the dog there for a bark. Expecting his opponent to pull out a dog in that direction there. I think he has some sort of timing for barks. Red is now advancing down south. This barracks is still up and going. There's plenty of peacekeepers to escort this allied engineer. And this red dog does make his way out at sea. I think, yeah, the other orange dog is moving over here. This oil deck has been secured up as well. Red has a good number of peacekeepers here. Orange has a good number of peacekeepers as well. We got 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4 and 4, 5. We got a big line of peacekeepers here. We got some more peacekeepers here, but not a big line. It looks like Red is going to have more peacekeepers here. Both sides are getting ready for engagement. And nice Civil War battle lines. We now have 6 peacekeepers here versus 7, but the 7th one is staying a little bit back. We got the doggo here, wagging steel, and gets gunned down by ATF agent, I believe. We do now have the peacekeepers push away forward. We got a handful of peacekeepers as well. We got 8 versus 7, but the 8 is not a good formation. We got 8 and 9, and soon to be 10 here. Red has more peacekeepers now. We've got 3 peacekeepers here versus 1 peacekeeper there and javelin troop. We got a dog here. This peacekeeper could advance forward with a shield in order to draw fire for the dog to get a bark off, but it gets gunned down immediately. These peacekeepers are quite stacked up. Orange is falling back. There's too many red peacekeepers over here. We have some more peacekeepers being pulled out here. Red is now really on the advance. He will be able to destroy the oil derrick very soon with the javelin troop. Now we got the doggo going on down. Javelin troop now engaging the oil derrick. These peacekeepers pushing way forward, but he will not be able to save the oil derrick. Oil derrick has gone down. Let's see. Got more peacekeepers here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I believe, versus 5 and 12. So I think orange does have a good number more. But also remember, shotguns do a splash damage in this game, in which orange is maybe a bit more bunched up, so this could actually still go either way based on splash damage. And not to mention also shield micro as well. But it does have more peacekeepers over here, though one of them is a little bit wounded, as he got a bit peppered by the shotguns. Indicator push way forward. He may get some AoE damage here. Bomb splits. Does get some good damage there, but does not pick off any of them. Does go and focus one down, throws a blast bomb somewhere else, and this oil derrick will go down. Some of these peacekeepers are a little bit too close, but he does just somersault. You have now a ore refinery here and here, naval yard. That is heightened clearance, so we may see some cryocopters relatively soon. More bombing runs. Over here, we do got ore refinery as well as ore refinery. We do have heightened clearance as well, but we do not see naval yard to match oranges. Vindicator's coming for a bomb run. Does get a good bomb run there onto the ore collector, the prospector. But there's repairs from the seaport. That was actually not a good bomb run. It takes 5 Vindicators to bomb a ore collector. Though if the bombs are a bit spread out, the repairs could actually save it as well. Takes 3 Vindicators to bomb down a power plant though. We got orange now advancing forward, but in a straight line. Red is going backward across the T. Orange trying to form up. This is a very vulnerable spot to a cryo shot. I see a bit of shotgun fire there. They got a couple of javelin troops. Looks like a Vindicator does go down there. Not sure from what, however. Shotgun's pretty good at hitting clay pigeons, but these are not clay pigeons. Nor even birds. We do not have, looks like 2 Vindicators, 1 Apollo, 1 Cryocopter. Now we've also got a Assault Destroyer deployed by Orange. This can help him protect him from the Cryo Shot and Cryo Blast. His opponent may not have Cryo Shot or Blast available just yet. This player, oh, he has a command point for it. This person does have Cryo Shot available.
Ready, sir. Where's the trouble?
Over there. We do not have the Apollo getting a bit of damage there. Does take out a Peacekeeper there. Down here, Apollo engaging the Apollo. We got a bit of Apollo fire coming onto these Vindicators. Assault Destroyer now advancing forward. Got a bit of fire there. Assault Destroyer is making his advance. Does have a good number of Peacekeepers and Javelin troops here. And he does have, of course, the Assault Destroyer will find some immunity to the Cryoblast. However, as I mentioned beforehand, the same thing that will affect cryo shots in this area because it's very grouped up. Shotgun shots will do the exact same thing. Additionally, it can be pretty easy to defuse the Assault Destroyers by using laser locks on the ground in order to throw a lot of missiles into the Assault Destroyer and use the black hole armor against them. But we do have now Athena Can here. Does fire a volley there. Cryocopter does get a shrink there. Up here, Shotgun Blast trying to deny the expansion point there. May want to get on top of the expansion point itself. I don't think it's exactly on top of it. Athena Can's push way forward. Does not take out the command hub there, so now he can pull out his refinery.
We could use some help here, sir.
Athena Cans have now been shrunken. You have an aircraft carrier. The EMP missile can fly quite a distance. Ooh, there goes both the Athena Cans to those Vindicators. In fact, he wasn't in the Assault Destroyer shield there. It allowed him to get 2 easy kills. Big mistake there by Orange. Now, I was saying before, the EMP missile, that's getting a bit close to the maximum range. He could try hitting the side of cliff face and try to EMP stuff through it. Athena Can does get shrunken there, and now we're seeing Athena Cannon fire. Does get shrunken down there, so does Assault Destroyer. You got a lot of shields actually active right there. We got both players just squatting up for a big fight. Hydrofoil here, which could stop the aircraft carrier from launching its sorties. Athena cannons. Find a bit of pot shots there. Take a pair of javelin troops there. Very nice. We do not have the Apollos taking out the cryocopters there. It does see a bit of fire from the multi-gun turret, but does not take any of them out. Aircraft carriers, oh so wounded. You also got the aircraft carrier getting jammed as well. The Hydrofoil is also quite damaged. We got 4 Athena cannons for red. More shrinks there. Trying to freeze on the other one. There goes the Hydrofoil there. Multi-gun turret on the field. Takes out the aircraft carrier. This one's trying to be frozen down. Going to hit goes to the refinery. We got some bomb runs from the point of view. Does get shrunken. Does take some damage there. Over here, we got the Apollos pushing forward. We got 2. Oh, got cryo shot being put there. Very, very tight group there. Push forward. Does receive some damage. More Athena cannon shots there. It does get some shatters there. Gets most of them destroyed. Very good. Aircraft carrier does go down. Got the veteran Sadistic Dolphin taking out the other Sadistic Dolphin, giving an elite a Sadistic Dolphin. And now we do have these Athena cannons per 4, but he's outnumbered 5-3. 4 fighters receiving a lot of artillery fire now. Does freeze down and shrinks down. More Athena cannons bring up some shields there. This one needs to bring up his shield now. All 4 shields are now down. Red saves this Athena cannon for now. Large number of the Athena cannons over here has been shrunken. Shotguns moving way forward. More Athena cannons being point field. Does lose 1 Athena cannons over here. Some of the Athena cannons have gone down. Some cryocopters goes down. Infantry engaging his way. Red's infantry is very stacked up. Gorgeous, nice spread out. Both sides lost a lot of forces there. Got 3 Athena cannons remaining. Over here, we do have 4 at the moment. Red does have expansion over here. Orange has this expansion as well. All bases have been established. There's no spare base on the field. Both oral derricks are down. And the cryocopter now see a bit of fire there. Dolphin does go down. EMP missile fires and does lock it down. The black hole armor I think actually did absorb it, which more directed into here, but however he did not capitalize on the fact the black EMP missile was fired and connected. Do not got a sortie over here. And it looks like this base does go down. Orange trying to steal it now. Peacekeepers could start shooting up that command hub. He is going to apply his own command hub now. The sortie does not connect. It feels like there's a very, very mirror matchup. We got aircraft carrier here hitting expansion. Aircraft carrier up here hitting the same expansion. And command hub is starting to see quite a bit of damage there. This command hub has been established. Do we see a multi-gunner turret and refinery? We got a defense bureau. Both players have gotten for a chronosphere nearly at the same time. This is really a mirror matchup. Multi-gunner turret deployed out, not over here. And this command hub will go down. And Red just went out with a very, very wounded Peacekeeper. Orange now advancing forward. We've got 7 Athena cannons here. That is going to get very messy very quick. Does shrink down 1. This one does push too far forward. Does activate his shield generator. It's going to see massive fire there. Does get saved. Iron for counter barrage there, but it does get out of the shield generator. Receiving fire now. Cryo shot has point field, freezing down some of the outlying infantry. Some of the infantry are already recovering there. Black hole armor's not connected there. We got Agent Tanya advancing on forward. Time belts away. And over here we've got Agent Tanya as well. This is a mirror matchup for sure. Cryocopters are seeing a bit of damage there. Tanya here is at full health. Tanya is over here is at full health. Orange's Tanya may have not been spotted just yet. Orange's aircraft carrier is still alive, so is Red. Both of them fetch C1. We have no assault destroyer for Red. Just one bonus from Orange. Orange also have 6 Athena cannons, so bonus currently has 4. However, both players' arms can easily get nuked by the Chronospheres, which are going to be off cooldown relatively soon. All they need to do is simply teleport whoever advances to those trench into the trench wall. Orange has claimed the observation post, which will provide some good spawning gear. Tanya does get inside the power plant there and does warp out of there. Time belts away, but will get frozen immediately. Chronosphere is now active, as well as the Chronosphere being active. He's trying to spread out his formation there. That's probably a good formation to grab. Does only kill off 2 of the Athena cannons. He failed. He should have grabbed it and threw in this wall, not into the structures. So that was not a great grab. Orange threw out his as well, but I don't know what actually grabbed it. I don't know what Orange grabbed. I see 1 less Athena cannon, so I think Orange's was even worse than Red's. Athena cannon has been activated the shield generator. Apollo's getting some good damage on the Cryocopters. Cryocopters freezing down some of these forces and shrink down. Monogunner IFE does go down. Prospect is shrunken down by his own Cryocopter there, so we can get the expansion up and going. We may have a refinery being already queued on up. Command hub established over there. I'm not sure why. That aircraft carrier can quickly take it out. Expansion probably would have been much better. Barrage tank advancing on forward. Let's get some good damage there. Good shrinks there. Apollo's in pursuit. Will not find any of the Cryocopters. 1 Javelin ship does go down, giving fully heroic Athena cannon. Red's running back and off. Both of them still has a minute left on their Chronosphere. Heroic one does get shrunken. Unvetted one does get shrunken as well. Cryocopter receives some fire from the Javelin troops. You have now a Mirage tank phase 4. Cryo can pull in field. Needs to activate the shield. Will make it some other units frozen there, such as the Riptide. And that's a bad way to end the replay. And that's a bug in the replay. Oh, that's a shame. That replay was not usable. Darn. Either way, this is Android saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. So, that's probably my last replay tonight, as I mentioned before, and sorry I had to end on a bad note. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest.